Hello and welcome to a new video where we'll be looking at a unique start date of April 1081. This is a unique start date that is not in the base game and is actually in a mod, and we'll be taking a deep dive into it. After we take a look at it, we'll do a time lapse of the mod and then a look at the end of the time lapse. And I have to say, this is one of the more interesting ones, and one which I would wish was actually happened kind of in the historic base game, because the big thing you can see is that Rum is here. Historically, Rum takes over the Byzantine Empire or is a big part of them collapsing, but in CK3 we almost never see that happen. Byzantines usually do well. So we have this empire here that is completely taking out the Byzantine Empire. We have some other things that are different, a little unique. We can see that England has already taken Normandy. Now there's some other small bits and pieces, but for the most part, this is what's usually happening around this time. We can also take a look at the religion, and we can see that the religion is close to the start date. This game is pretty close to the actual start date, so not too much has actually changed, but you can see that Orthodox is starting to struggle, but it is up here in Russia, because Russia really carries Orthodox once the Byzantines fall. So we will be able to see very cool things. We can see culture. There is some unique cultures that are being spread. Armenian is being spread a lot more, because if you did not know, they spread a lot, and then someone later in history really takes them out, if I don't want to say Turkey and the Ottomans. But we will see what will really happen in this campaign. It is see this interesting start date. It will be actually really neat to see this mod being updated with the next update, where there will be culture fusions. I can't wait for the culture fusions, but hope you guys enjoy this time lapse and this unique start date. There are a couple other start dates where we'll be doing time lapse on them as well, but as you can see, this is going to be an interesting one, and it's cool to see some of these nations that are supposed to pick up not pick up, such as Castile, England, France, HRE. We see them usually struggle, and hopefully in this time lapse we shall see them actually thrive a bit. So we will go until the initial end date, and then we will go far into the future to see what happens super modern day. So enjoy the time lapse. We are way into the future, and I have to say this map is quite interesting. We have a lot of nations that we started with, and some nations that have gotten a lot more powerful. The one that I want to highlight that's still here is the Byzantines. I can't believe the Byzantines are actually still here. I'm actually quite impressed. I don't know if this is actually rum here. I don't believe it is, but this nation here is probably the most powerful in the world. They have over 500,000 troops. They're really killing it. Also, Scotland is looking like this weird rash. I'm guessing that the HRE had both Scotland and the HRE, and they got their independence. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. We have a couple of empires. This is an empire here. This is an empire. Byzantines are an empire. HRE is obviously an empire. I gotta say, Norway and Sweden have a great split up here. Novgorod's looking good too. Everyone's really looking good. Mali over here is looking good. Definitely one of the best African nations. Wow, they're actually probably the second most powerful in the game. They're looking real good. Arabia's looking real good too. It's always cool to go this far in the future to really see who really strives way at the end. Culture and faith. Here's the faith. This is a Islamic faith that usually doesn't do that well, but in this game they're killing it. Actually doing real well. Orthodox is starting to fall. Culture-wise, you usually don't see too much spread. You can really see the only big spread is like the Greeks, and here in the Middle East are spreading. Bengalia is spreading quite a bit. Governments usually, yep, feudal and clan. Wow, we actually got a little bit of republics at the end, which is quite interesting, probably because Italy's keeping them alive. But I gotta say, this is an interesting map. You can see the empire map has definitely changed a little bit, which is actually looking kind of cool. Hispania is looking bad. HRE really took half of like the British Isles. This actually is a pretty cool campaign. Well, if you guys want to enjoy this start date, make sure to check out the link down below. But thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. See you later. Have a good one. Bye.